Hey Yarny friends! Today we are going to be making this super cute, super cool, twisted flannel headband. And this is the yarn we are going to be using. It is a 100% polyester 5-weight twisted flannel yarn from Lion Brand. And we are just going to start off with crocheting 15 chain stitches. And here we go. We're just chain stitching if I can hold the yarn straight. This is the first time I have ever used this yarn and I really like it. This is the Lion Brand Feels Like Flannel, and it does feel like flannel. Okay, we are coming up to the end of the chain and here we go, 15 chains. Now we are going to make a herringbone stitch in the second crochet from the hook. We yarn over, insert our hook into that second chain from the hook, yarn over, we're going to pull through the chain, and then we are also going to pull through that next chain on the hook, wrap around, pull through the 2 loops on the hook. Okay, let's do this again. Yarn over, insert your hook in the next chain, yarn over, pull through that chain, pull through that next yarn on the hook, wrap around, pull through the remaining 2 loops on the hook. Whoops, clearly not the right way to do it. Yarn over, insert your hook into that next chain on the hook, yarn over, pull through that next loop on the hook, yarn over, pull through the remaining 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over, insert your hook into that next chain, yarn over, pull through that next loop on the hook, yarn over, pull through both loops on the hook, yarn over, insert your hook into the next chain, yarn over, pull through that chain, and then pull through the next loop on the hook, yarn over, pull through both loops on the hook. Yarn over, insert your hook in the next chain, yarn over, pull through, and then pull through that next, that next loop on the hook, yarn over, pull through both loops on the hook. Yarn over, insert your hook into that next chain, yarn over, pull through the chain, pull through that next loop on the hook, yarn over, pull through both loops on the hook. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and then pull through that next one. Yarn over, pull through both loops on the hook. Yarn over, insert your hook in the next chain, pull through the chain and that next loop, and pull through both loops on the hook. Yarn over, insert your hook in the chain, yarn over, pull through the chain, pull through the next loop on the hook, yarn over, pull through both loops on the hook. It's looking good. Yarn over, insert your hook in the chain, yarn over, pull through that next loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. Yarn over, insert your hook in the chain, yarn over, pull through the chain, pull through that next loop on the hook, yarn over, pull through both loops on the hook, yarn over, insert your hook in the chain, yarn over, pull through the chain, pull through that loop, yarn over, pull through the remaining 2 loops, and then there we go. Okay, now we're at the end of row 1. We are going to chain 1 and turn. Chain 1, turn your headband, and then you're going to, whoops, gotta yarn over first. Yarn over, insert your hook into the 2 loops at the top of the stitch and pull through the next loop on the hook. Yarn over, pull through both loops on the hook. Yarn over, insert your hook in both loops at the top of that stitch. See, we put it right through there. We go through both the back loop and the front loop at the top of that herringbone stitch, and oops, looks like the manufacturer had a little tear in the yarn, so they tied it in a knot. That's okay, hopefully it'll disappear here. So this is very simple to make. Basically, it's herringbone stitch all the way across. It's 14 stitches across. Remember, we chained 15 at the beginning, and then we did the herringbone stitch in that second chain from the hook, making it 14 stitches across. So we are going to continue with a herringbone stitch, 14 stitches across, and at the end of each row, we chain 1 and turn. So the herringbone stitch is a super simple stitch to make. And also, you don't have to use this flannel yarn. You can use any 5-weight yarn. The length that you make it will depend on the size of the head you are making this ear warmer for, or this headband for. I was making it for myself, so what I did was, when I got to the length that I thought it should be, I put it around my head to make sure it fit. And you don't want it to be loose. You want it to pull a little snug so that it'll have to kind of stretch to fit on your head. That's what'll hold it on your head. But we're just going to continue with the herringbone stitch, 14 stitches across, until the end. There are 122 yards in this Feels Like Flannel skein of yarn. I would say I used 120 yards, so that's how much you'll need to make this headband. This isn't how fast I normally crochet. This is definitely sped up. This yarn is washable and dryable, so you will be able to throw it in the washer and dryer, and you shouldn't have to worry about anything weird happening to it. Of course, I've never washed it or dried it before, since this is my first time using it. But Lion Brand, it's pretty trustworthy with its directions, so I will trust what they say. The crochet hook I'm using is a Furls Streamline crochet hook, and I will put links for both the yarn and the crochet hook in the description below. And I'm going to be quiet now and let you crochet and listen to the music if you like, or just go ahead and fast forward to the end when we attach or stitch the two ends together. I should also let you know that there is no specific amount of rows that you need to make for this headband. It basically just depends on the size of the head you're making it for. You don't want to make it too loose. You'll want to make it to where it has to stretch just a little bit, like if you're measuring it for your own head. I just wrapped it around my head and made sure that I had to stretch it a little bit, just so I would know that the head warmer would stay on my head firmly. Okay, we are finished with the length of the ear warmer slash headband. I call them both the same thing. And now what you're going to do is tie off the end. And now you're going to fold your ear warmer in half and put them together like this. And then once they are like this, nice and snug, you're going to get the end of your yarn that you tied off. I left about a foot long piece of yarn at the end. I left in, about a foot when I was cutting it off. And then you just sew these together. Just use your tapestry needle to make sure that you stitch through all 4 layers every time you go through. And then, as you can see, I have the yarn that was at the beginning of the project. Oops, kind of went through a little side of the flannel there. I don't know if you can see it yet. It's, oh, here we go, one more stitch and one more stitch. And I just tied those 2 ends together. That was from the very beginning chain, the yarn that I had left over. And now I had a little bit more that I wanted to sew together down at the other end, so I'm just going back through again so I don't have to cut off any yarn, so that I can stitch that side over there a little bit more. You don't have to do it just like I'm doing it, but just so you make sure those 4 layers are sewn together. And then I'm bringing it through just so I can tie those ends together again. Okay, now I am just going to weave the ends through. But I just want to show you what it looks like. That's what tying those ends together like that, or sewing those ends together, looks like. And now, just to finish this whole project up, let's weave in those ends. So I'm just going to go in there and weave it through the backs of the stitches so that you can't, when you fold it right side out, you won't be able to see the stitches. Go through a couple of inches there, and then I'm going to go the opposite direction, back through, and then tie off, and here you go. Ta-da! I hope you love your headband. Thanks for making one along with me, and you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.